It is the 22nd century. Humans have destroyed Earth, and most people have had to flee to space stations. The space stations begin fighting with each other because humans never learn. 3 of the space shelters group together to form the Adrian Republic, and the rest, including the handful on Earth, become the Allied forces, and a war ensues for decades. People who don't want to die can opt for a digital copy of their minds. They have 3 packages to choose from. Type A. This is a single private copy of the brain, which also secures human rights and covers a single body prosthetic. This is the most expensive. Type B. This is a public copy of the brain that the government can access and doesn't offer human rights like marriage or adoption. Type C. This is basically free and you are the product. The brain data is owned by a certified company and multiple clones will be created using this data. Yuni was an ex-mercenary on the side of the Allied forces who was driven because of the escalating cost of her daughter's cancer treatments. Yeon is Yoongi's daughter and suffered from cancer in her younger years. On the day of her operation, in 2163, she offers Yoongi a good luck doll, ironically leading to Yoongi being distracted on the battlefield and shot down. Yoongi goes into a coma, and the family is forced to allow her brain to be downloaded under the Type C category, and in return, Yeon's education and living costs get covered. Over the years, cancer culture has caused many people to blame Yoongi for the continued war. Chairman Jung E was one of the earliest rich folks to invest in the brain replication program. He wanted to live forever, so he created a robot, Sang-ho, into which he could download his mind. But it was a failure, so over the years, he gets Sang-ho to head the operation that would create combat AI using Yoongi's replicated brain. Jung E are the robotic clones of Yoongi created and trained for combat. The test for the success of the combat AI program, or the Turing test, is to see if Yoongi is able to get past the point where Yoongi originally got shot. Despite the efforts of the team, headed technically by Yeon, they are unable to go past that point in the battle. Sang-ho tries a variation where he shoots Jung E in the leg. In this iteration, they notice a new area of Jung E brain activated but don't progress beyond this. Jung E went into battle with the worry for her daughter, whose operation was scheduled on the same day. She regrets being on the battlefield instead of being beside her daughter. Jung E also loses the good luck charm that her daughter gives her, and looking at it causes Jung E to be distracted enough to be shot down. The yellow activity on the monitor is a representation of this. The war between the Alliance and the Adrian Republic is coming to a close as a peace treaty is being signed. There will no more be a need for combat, and instead, the chairman asks Yeon to focus her efforts on domestic help robots. Secretly, they also commission a sexpot variation of Jung E to monetize whatever they can. Yeon finds out about this and is devastated. The ending of the movie Jung E shows us that Yeon subliminally instructs the final activated replica of Yoonga to fake her death and make a run for it. But Sang-ho suspects something fishy, leading to an all-out showdown between robot cops Jung E and Sang-ho. Yeon realizes that she was not only responsible for her mother's death thanks to the good luck doll she gave her, but Jung E's consciousness has also been living in purgatory through the Jung E program. Jung E's brain data was made clonable, Type C, to support Yeon's continued medication, living and education costs. Yeon wants at least one instance of her mother to be rid of worries for her daughter and live freely. Before the final iteration, Yeon talks privately with the Jung E bot and subliminally instructs it to act dead as the whole thing is a simulation. This message gets relayed to Jung E like a dream in her daughter's voice, and she follows the instruction. Yeon also removes Jung E feelings for her daughter, the yellow part. After the simulation, Jung E makes a run for it. Sang-ho rewatches the footage to realize that Jung E faked her death and triggers red alert, although no one suspects Yeon. Other combat bots are sent after Jung E. While Jung E is able to take down most, one of them rips her arm off. Yeon shows up, deactivates the combat bot, and swaps Jung E's brain into the combat bot. The cop bots shoot down Jung E's body but find out from surveillance footage about Yeon's switcheroo. Jung E and Yeon run for it, and Sang-ho shows up to stop them and shoots Yeon. In the fight, he realizes that he's not a human. Enraged, he attacks Jung E, and the robot cops join in on the chaotic battle. After much metal-to-metal, Jung E and Yeon are the only survivors. Yeon asks Jung E to run away, be free, and start a new life. Though Jung's feelings for her daughter were turned off, there are some fragments of it in her brain, and we see this in the way Jung E gives that cheek-to-cheek hug before leaving. The film's final scene shows Jung E on the run as she looks into the wilderness. She is a warrior bound to find ways to survive but will be hunted for a while to come. Yeon's guilt gave one Jung E a free life, but is she really free? What would her purpose be? Her sentiment for her daughter is almost removed, the life as she knew it doesn't exist. She'll live as a feral metal creature constantly on the run, as tracking her is going to be rather easy as her body is company property and is bound to have location tracking.